Right, we've came to a Vaillant fault in Fenny Drayton in Nuneaton, F75, pump issue. We've got a problem with the pump here. We're going to take it out, drain down, and we're going to try and spin the pump because it's seized, and then order a new one and shift this issue. But this is a job we did about 9-10 years ago, so still looks relatively new. But we're just going to try and get the pump working now because it's out of warranty from Vaillant, so it's down to us to sort. There we go, back working now. Just free to skip the pump. As you can see, Vaillant have been before, free sticking pump. Obviously this boiler's now 7 years old, so I'm just going to bang a new pump in to stop this happening. So here's the property in Fenny Drayton we've just been called out to. You see there the steam coming off the boiler, we managed to get it going. There's the customer's G-Wagon. Nice bit of kit, but yeah, I just found out there's a problem with underfloor heating now. It's tripping, so it's something else we'll have to do, but we've managed to get it on for now, so they can have some heating and hot water. Cheers. Okay, we've come to a Vaillant boiler in Nuneaton. As you can see, that's a new expansion vessel. This one is dead. It's leaking out everywhere. Just looks like the seals are gone. We've had a problem with this expansion now for a number of years. I've recharged it once already, so the landlord just wants it replacing for a new one now. So it's a Vaillant Pro 28. New expansion going in. I'm going to change the PRV as well. Okay, expansion vessel's replaced. Boiler's back on. I've replaced the PRV. As you can see, it's been passing, and if you blow through it, it does whistle a little bit. Obviously, that's one of the main problems. But yeah, it's all back up and working now. Okay, Mr. Ali, back in the plant room, you've got a problem with this pump here. It's defective, it's not working. Someone's tried to have a go at it at some stage, but this one here is working, this one here is not, and it should, and that we need that to work to push heat down to the far end of the building. I've gone into the management panel and it's blown one of the trip fuses, so I would say the head's knackered. I'll get you a price, it's up to you. Well, I was optimistic about this boiler, but it's working. Brilliant. On to the next one. I am fixing and repairing boilers today. I have got quite a few of them to do, but I didn't make a video of this one because I've been in contact with Baxi. This one's been going on for over a week. So we've got the old PCB there, and Baxi were telling me it was gas related, and long story short, I bought a new PCB. I've changed the PCB, and anyway, it's working. So just goes to show sometimes, I guess the manufacturers are only on the phones, but anyway, that has worked. I didn't make a video of it. It would have been nice if I made a video of everything that I've done. I like to keep what's been replaced underneath, so we'll leave all that bit there. But yeah, it's a shame I didn't make a video of that one because I was right and they were wrong. So anyway, it's working. That's all. That's the good news, and the customer can now be worry-free, have a working boiler for Christmas. Right, well, we've just changed the PRV because that was definitely letting water through. So now I want to put a bit of water in it. I do this one-handed because first of all, I want to see if that is going to hold. If not, we're looking at expansion vessel as well. So that was just continually dropping within minutes. So I do believe it was the pressure relief. Excuse me, I'm out of breath today. So I want to see now if we're still going to get the other fault code, because I cannot remember it today because I've been doing lots of boiler repairs at the moment, so you'll have to forgive me. So let's make a demand. Luckily we've got the start, sorry, here. There we go, U168. Now, believe it or not, sometimes by holding the reset button on Baxis, you can reset the board. So it can take up to 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and reset this board. If not, we've got a new board to replace, but let's see if we can do it. So fingers crossed, let's see how we get on. Okay, so we've just done the reset for the duration. It did work, but now it's come up with an E113. Now, one of the first things to check on this is the condensation underneath here. Now that looks quite shadowy and black to me, and allegedly they've had a guy that comes and services this boiler. I've not obviously checked inside because everything I've done so far of what I've been asked to do, you know, I don't want to start looking for work if I find more, if that makes sense. So if I could just get this boiler going for now, and then if they ask me to service and do things afterwards, then, you know, that's what I'll do. But at the moment I will obviously make sure it's safe, etc. I'm waffling, I know, but anyway, I want to check that, because probably another scenario, you know, saying it's been serviced, has it really been properly serviced? But we'll see. Well, I did try and video me releasing that trap, so I obviously dropped it everywhere and spilt it in the bucket, but again, I say this all the time, that's not something that builds up over a short amount of time, but is it enough to make the boiler stop working? Let's have a look. Let me just clean up and I'll see in a minute. Okay, so we can't get rid of the E168 after resetting the board. I've cleaned that condense trap out now. Don't know why it randomly came up with that, but anyway, my intentions were obviously to try and save the elderly couple here some money, but we are going to unfortunately have to change the board. There we go, it's working after changing the board. It's the first time obviously. Temperature is climbing up. I've put a sticker on there, left the next service due date blank because obviously we've not serviced it, but just a reminder to service it. I am going to put it in my records to give them a call next year. Also put another sticker on there just above the, oh my god, that's what it's like in the minute for me. I am exhausted. Pressure gauge, flipping heck, that's terrible, isn't it? But anyway, it's working. So we've got heat for these elderly couple before Christmas. Just going to write them a receipt and everything. He's asked me to put it in the book what parts we've changed, so we can keep a record, which I'll do, and then yeah, on to the next one. Okay, so we're on the second to last job now in Coventry. We're in Ash Green in Coventry. So it's another boiler service. It's a Viessmann that I fitted, I think around 2021 time. But yeah, had absolutely no problems with this boiler. Hopefully it's going to be the same when I open up. It's going to be a simple service, but I tell you what, one of the big things is to get motivated again after the long break. It's although I really needed it, I am shattered. But anyway, I've got all my stuff here. It's a very, very full loft up here. But anyway, let's crack on with it. So this is another one that the customers didn't turn off before I came. You can see the steam coming off from that. These parts are so heavy. But anyway, So there we go, boiler is all back together, it's all been serviced. It's on and working. These are all the services. I've just noticed there's another one behind there, so that would have said 2022, so about 2020, 2021 would have been about right. Do have an issue with the expansion vessel on this boiler. I have repressurized it, or attempted to repressurize it, and it's not worked, so I'm going to order some bits, and there's also a heat pad that's got a crack on it that I'm also going to get ordered and replaced for this. So probably be back in the next week or whatever to just fix those issues, because we don't want anything failing. But again, I've tried to top the pressure on, and it's already kind of moving up and down, which is relating to the expansion vessel on this. But anyway, one more job to do, and then I get to go home. Okay, we've just come to a boiler issue at a property in Coventry, and I thought, well, believe it or not, that was turned down, and that was also turned down, so we had no return. So we've opened them up now, and there's a bit of air in the bedroom radiator up there. We've opened them up now, and the boiler's not going straight to 85 degrees and shutting off. It's actually sitting at a comfortable temperature now. So when filling the boiler, just make sure you put the valves back to where they should be, and obviously that shouldn't have been touched anyway. Okay, this is a project that we're going to be doing the next few weeks. I've recommended damp and switch in here, but this alpha's coming out, and then we're putting a new boiler in. It's either a Worcester 1000 or it's a Viessmann 050. Not too sure yet, but one thing I've noticed, this has had a gas server been rented. That's the gas supply, down to 15 now. And it goes through into that box in the corner there, up, and God knows how long. So yet again, I do think to myself sometimes on these boiler installs, you know, who's passing them? You know, it just baffles me. These drive-by landlord certs, I mean, that was boxed in as well at the top with plasterboard. You couldn't even get to the flue turret. Just had a sampling point from there. So just shocked with it all. Okay, there we are. We've isolated the gas, capped it off there on the handle, just so the builder can really get on the rest of his work. Obviously, yet again, got to make a potential bonding. Yeah, a few things wrong here for it re-rented. Cheers. Okay, that's the boiler off on the floor there. You see it's a mess. They're going to bore this out, and then we're going to have a wall here. And the boiler's staying where it is, but it's going to go in a... They're going to put a door on the front into a cupboard, because obviously we've got electrics in the bathroom, and the boiler in the bathroom. But again, back to the safety certificate. Look at that, not even sealed up. So I just don't know sometimes who's doing these landlord gas safeties. But we're dropping the boiler down to here, putting a new hole through, taking the condense into the old toilet drain. But obviously there's a bit of work to do by the builder. But yeah, it's the old alpha off, and I just need to have a word now about this gas supply. What we're going to do now is cap the meter off at the front so we can continue to work.